my loves, I am back. Got a crazy different setup this time. Pay no attention to any of this right here, but I will be using, this is a pitch checker. It also shows frequency, and the plan is to use this today because I got a new package. And in this package, it's a new set of tuning forks. These are tuning forks. So I have a set of harmonic forks. I have a set of forks tuned to chakras. And these, my loves, would be a set of forks for the Solfeggio Frequencies. So you can look at that. I'm gonna, there you go. Yeah. There you go. So this is brand new out the box, my Solfeggio set of forks. These are not weighted. Let's see. Okay, came with a little striker. I have my own striker that I like to use, but we're going to use this today and see how this set straight out the box works for me. Okay, I've set them up. This also came a nice little cleansing cloth. I like this just for glasses, sunglasses, or whatever. So I like that they keep giving me these things. I just keep them. I do tend to use them. You want to wipe down your fork, especially like if you're in a humid spot like Florida. You want to wipe down your fork. They're good for that as well. All right, so we are going to attempt to test my forks that I just laid out for their frequency using this pitch checker app. And I do this with my bowls, I do this with my forks, just to see A, if this pitch checker app works, and B, if the forks are as they advertise to be. Right now, I'm working on a whole course on Solfeggio Frequencies, and I think that it should be available possibly at the end of this week, possibly the beginning of next week. I will leave a link when the course is available so that you can go in and check it out for yourself. It goes over the science of sound in a little bit of depth. I am not a scientist. Remember, I'm a metaphysician. It goes over why Solfeggio Frequencies have been around for ages and ages and ages, how people use them, how you can use them, their benefits. So all of that is going to be in a course, but this right here is just to check out how these forks work. We can kind of go through and hear. I will try to let you hear what the tones sound like with these forks. And like I mentioned, because these are not weighted, we won't be using them on the body. These are actually for the air around, that aura around, for auric tuning, okay? So that's what we're going to do with these. All right, so in order to do this little experimentation thing, I feel like I had to get through certain I had to figure out certain controls, right? Like my previous life, I was an auditor. You kind of have to have things that you're measuring your work against, right? And so I wanted to make sure that when I'm testing out these forks, right, that I had something that I can test it against. I have, like I said, several other fork sets of forks, and I get my other sets. Now this set I got from Amazon, okay? So understand that I am already a little worried. I have tried other sets from Amazon before, and I tend to have to return them because they're just off a little bit. I don't know how else to explain it, but when it's off like for a whole bunch, then I'm like, okay, this really isn't doing what they are supposed to do. So I have other sets. Now this other set that I have a harmonic set here I can show you. So this is an unweighted Here's my unweighted harmonic set, right? And these are just tuned to the scale. See, there's E. So these are just tuned to, you know, true frequencies on a scale, okay? So I'm going to use these to see, first of all, if my pitch checker is a valid source for whether or not my forks are going to be okay. So I'm going to start here with the 256. I don't know if you can see that. That's the 256. Is just a C in 256. Let's see. Also, this is very hard to, let's see. I may have to make it less, because it's picking up like all of the tones, and that's the thing, is that it's going to pick up that high tone, the low tone, but it's supposed to pick up, and I don't even know if I'm on the, there it was, let's see. Maybe I need to make it, oh goodness. Now it's going to pick up everything and everybody, anything walking by. Yeah, see, my window's open. Now it's getting everything. Let's see. No, that's a terrible idea. All right, let's see. See, the problem is I'm also using my iPad here. No, I can't get this one to... See, I know that the thousands are that high tone, and of course this is now my voice, so that's a low tone. Finding the, let's see. Finding the microphone and just using a microphone that is not, that's just a factory microphone. So that one's saying $3.99. I don't know if that one's it. Let's see. Let me try another one. This one's the G384. All right, that one was able to pick it up. I guess the high tones. There it is. See, it gets it when you're patient enough. All right, one more just for GP, just to make sure. I'm gonna try. I guess we'll try the D, the 288. Is that what I just tried? I don't know if this is what I just tried. Oh, there we are. All right, so it does get the frequency. I normally use my phone, but I'm using my phone to film this, so we're gonna try this with the iPad. However, because it's kind of like a touch and go, I mean, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Well, okay, there it is. All right, so it did finally get it. I think maybe because I threatened it mentally with my whole self. Okay, so we know that it's going to pick up the tone. I just have to play with it a little bit. So now, like I said, I'm going to go through and we're going to test out these, and I'll kind of explain what each of the frequencies is supposed to be for, and then we'll see how we feel about this set. Okay, so we're going to start with the 174 hertz. Okay, and 174 hertz, that's that foundation, grounding tone, and it's associated with your body's first energy center that's located at the base of your spine. We call that the root chakra. So this frequency is believed to help establish that strong foundation, promote safety, stability, grounding, and we also use it for balance and for aligning the root chakra. So that's that safety and survival chakra. So when you think about it, even in like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety, security, and foundational aspects, those are important. You can't really go outside. You can't move up. You can't elevate until you've gotten this part really settled. So it's good to start off with the 174, that root chakra base grounding feeling. Okay, so we're going to test this one basically by striking. I couldn't get anything. Let me try. So it looks like it's rolling at 176. I'll let you hear it. All right, we're gonna do the 285. There it is, 285. Okay, and the 285 is on transformation and change. This one is associated with that sacral chakra area, and it's believed to facilitate transformation, release that emotional blockages, promote creativity. If you think about it, the sacral area is where our creation organs are, the reproductive system, and reproduction is, basically creating. And so this, would make sense that it would be, for transformation, for change, and for creation would be the 285. So let's see how this works. There. I saw 288. Looks like 288. All right. Which I have a 288 in my other forks in my harmonic set. I have a D, which is a 288. So I don't know that I would need another 288. That kind of seems redundant to me. I don't know. All right, we're on 396. There you go. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to catch. I'm really bad at this. There you are. Okay. So this is a 396. The 396 is about liberating yourself from, or liberation from fear. It's associated with the solar plexus, which is the area between your my boob line and my belly button is my solar plexus. This is the part when you're doing your superhero stance and you stand up and you put your chest to the sun, to create that liberation from fear. So, I can do anything. It's personal power, self-esteem, and a sense of identity. This is that, I am, superhero type feeling. So this one's 396. We're going to see how that rolls here. Let's see. All right. So it looked like that one is actually rolling at 396. All right, this one looks pretty close, about 395, 396. So far, this one looks good. This one, I don't know, the 285 is rolling at about 288, and I already have a 288. This one we just never got. This 174 I can't get a reading on. I've yet to pick up anything on this 174, so let's go on. We're on to the 417. That's that one. 417 hertz. This one is talking about facilitating change. It's associated with the heart chakra, and it helps with, you know, creating positive change, breaking free from negative patterns. It's for balance and aligning the heart chakra. This would be the what's that, CDE F bowl that I play. It would be, you know, doing the same thing. So, but you know, the math involved with the 417 hertz, we can go over a little bit in a bit, but we'll see how this one plays. Okay, 421. All right, so it looks like it's picking up at 421. I don't know that that's helpful to me. I don't know. I do have a 426.7 here. See, I have a 420. Yeah, so I have a 426 here. I don't know that I need another 420-ish. Yeah, you know, all the 420s that I have. So I don't know how I feel about that. So this one is probably a no-go for me. Let's see the next one. The 528. There you go. A lot of people enjoy the number 528. There's a lot of 369 that happens with all of these forks. The 528 is associated with miracles and transformation. I feel like if I'm listening to 528 hertz music, it does sound great to me. It feels good and it feels transformative. So I'm not knocking how the 528, you know, frequency music sounds. I feel like the throat chakra is the beginning of when you speak things into existence. So I can see where you would say that throat chakra healing is the beginning of transformation and miracles. It kind of resonates and makes sense to me. I would go with it, because you have to speak things as if they were, right? Speak things that are not as if they were, right? That's just what, you know, we're told, right, in the Bible. But then creating that transformation, you know, would happen afterwards. I don't think it's the frequency that makes the transformation, but let's see anyway how this one sounds. This is 528. So that's 530. Okay. So 528 is running at about 530. Let me see if I have a 530 around here somewhere.
One eternity later.
Okay, I thought that I had a 530. I do not. I have, I think, a 512. It's a little tiny 512 that I have, but I do not have a 530. I don't know that I need a 530. Like I said, I have my weighted throat fork that I use. So I don't know that I needed, you know, it seems redundant to have something that's not going to be tied to what it's supposed to be tied to. And like I said, the numbers are, I guess, pretty important when you're thinking about the solfeggio frequencies. The numerology of it is where a lot of it is tied to, and the math involved with that. The 639, wait, I think I was going this way. Yeah, the 639. I don't know if you can see it. There it is, the 639. Okay, so 639 is about connection and relationships, and it's associated with the third eye chakra. And this frequency is said to foster connection, harmony, healing, and relationships, and to balance and align the third eye. I've always associated relationships and connections with the heart, which, you know, for me is this one. So I don't know for sure how I feel about having, you know, having it like that. But again, there's math involved, and there was, you know, this whole idea of how it would all work together. I wasn't there for it. I didn't create these frequencies, so I can't really say whether or not they would work. I would say I would play them, I would try them, and if I felt something, you know, if I got to 639 hertz, if I play this and it's 639 hertz, so let's try that first. All right. So this is playing at 637 hertz. I don't know, again, how spot on one has to be with these type of things, because, you know, solfeggio frequencies, like I said, they deal with math. You start with 174, you're kind of working your way up using 111, you know, each time you're adding on. There's a whole, you know, like I said, 369 feeling to it, and this one's supposed to be 639. I feel like they should match up if I'm going to play them, but this one does not. It's a 637. Like I said, I don't know if this is an all or nothing type situation. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on having found this from Amazon. But right now it's kind of looking like the Amazon is going to get a return, so we will see. I may have to look on where I received these, my other harmonic set from, and see what the difference is in price, and see if that's something that I want to actually go forward and try after I do this. Okay, we're on to 741. This is 741. There you go. Okay, and the 741 hertz is believed to be associated with the crown chakra, which is above the top of your head, and it awakens intuition, expanded consciousness, and enhanced spiritual experience. Again, if this is one that resonates at 741 hertz, I might be, you know, inclined to try it, right? I'd like to see that. Hold on, let's see. So that's 737. Okay. All right. Next up. Whoop. Next up. 852. There it is. 852. All right, real quick, I'm in post-edit mode here, and I realized, it's been a minute since I actually filmed this, but I realized that I had to take a phone call while I was filming using my phone. So when I was using my phone, I had to take a phone call. I had to take out the microphone that I was using to make the video, and I forgot to put the microphone back in. So the video sounds way different, a little different than the beginning part of this video. This next ending part of the video totally sounds different. I apologize if this is jarring. I'm trying to give you as much leeway. If you're into sound like I am, this is going to really bother you for a tiny bit, unless I just like let you know this is happening. So I'm trying to help you, okay? Anyway, that's what happened, okay? You can also see the microphone in the video. At this point, I was kind of tired. Solfeggio had me going. That's what happened. All right, had to take a phone call, but we are back. 852 hertz. All right, so now we are getting into outside of the body's, human area chakras. 852 hertz is about awakening intuition. It's located, this is like a body center that's just like above the heart. It's known as the higher heart chakra, and the frequency opens up this higher heart to unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness, and it's often used for balancing and aligning that higher heart chakra. So this is like associated with transcendent love, spiritual connection, that deeper peace. So that's the 852 hertz. We're going to try and see how this goes. All right, so this looks like it's rolling at about 855. All right. I've already said what I had to say about this. We're just going to move on forward. And we're at 936 hertz. There it is. 936 hertz is the 9th frequency. This is associated with the energy center known as the crown chakra. So this one is up above the the top of the head. It awakens spirituality. It's a connector, with the higher realms. Facilitates that oneness with the universe. And it's used to balance and align the crown chakra, which I believe was, how that other one also, which one was it? The awakening intuition, the 741 was also for the crown chakra. So I don't know. Let's see. We're going to just, go with it and see. I may have to find and dub in some more information on the 963. All right, so this one's rolling about 965 and a half. So that is the 963. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? We did 9 of the forks, right? The bottom 6 are pretty much known as what were they called? They're the known, and then these were like the unknown 3 or so that people don't normally tend to play with. I feel like I would return this set because it is doing some similar work of other sets that I have. Also, I feel like the majority of the forks that I tested were pretty off, not at the frequencies that were described on the fork, which in general sense, I tend to go with like the feeling of a sound, like with my bowls. If it's close enough, to where it's supposed to be after I've tested it, I go with the feeling of the sound. What does the sound feel like, and how can I use it with my intuition? The thing about the solfeggio frequencies is that they were based on mathematical numerology, based on numerology, right? They were based on actual numbers that people felt so compelled to align with that they wanted to create this whole system. I don't know that the system really is a thing, okay? And the reason why I say this, even though I create like a whole course on it, it's, and I say this in the course, it's that if you think about it, back in history, how would one have known what hertz specifically something is played at, or what hertz specifically, like without having like all of the technical abilities that we have now to be able to measure? And how would you have been able to measure like all over the world? Like, people are in different areas, and how are you able to consistently gain an accurate measurement of like what this hertz is going to be, to say that 930 or 963 or 174 is doing what you want it to do. So I don't know. I feel like when we're getting into that type of detail on something, it starts to feel kind of like it's made up, or like it's just being idealized. And so, but if you're in for that, you're in for that. I have no problems, with, people who are in for it. I just feel like if I'm buying a set that's supposed to be aligned specifically with numbers because the numbers matter, I'm going to have to return the set. So that's my take on it. And this is basically how I go through and figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to return when I'm buying something. I did know that if I bought something on Amazon, that it was likely going to, it was touch and go. I had a 50-50 shot, right? It could work, it could not work. And so I think that what I'm going to have to do is go in and go back to like Biosonic or somewhere and find a solfeggio scale set and see how that turns out. So if you liked this, if this made any sense to you, if any of this resonated with you, feel free to like it, share, leave your comments. Would you return the set? Would you keep the set? Would it matter to you? Keep in mind though that I do have like 3 other sets. Like I have a lot going on here. Would you keep the set? Would you? Oh, and also keep in mind, I think this cost, this was a lower price set. So, I kind of knew what I was getting into. I had an inkling, I think the set was under $100. I can leave, the picture of the link. I wouldn't want to leave the link because I wouldn't want somebody to go ahead and buy it if I felt like it wasn't going to work for me. I wouldn't want somebody else to buy it thinking it was going to work for them. But I'll leave a picture of the listing on Amazon. Again, would you buy it? Would you not buy it? Would you return it? Would you keep it? Would you use it? Does it matter? Do any of these things matter? Because again, it's all metaphysics, right? Does any of it matter? Are we just kind of making it up as we go along? Sometimes I say yes. So this has been Asia, the Soulful Creatrix. I am wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings on your own personal journeys. Feel free to come through when I'm back here again. Until next time, bye-bye.